building a coven. Some time has passed. I left the library and have come back to the gas station I've spent much time at of late. The sun is all but gone, it appears. The sun is all but gone. It appears Venus has emerged following the setting sun, though the clouds obscuring it steal my certainty. I do not see it moving, but I remember I had the same thought one evening in Colorado, and later that night, it danced the dance of eternal mystery. I recall in 21 attempting to draw out, map, as it were, the movements of the planets. And the movement is so broad and distinct you need a very large canvas for true scale. And when the pen dances across the page so haphazardly, you see that maybe, just maybe, in attempting to codify the world and its phenomenon, man invented writing thereby, selecting from the maelstrom of the map characters they chose to represent sounds, objects, ideas, emotions. It's all there, but she is all I see. My great psychic star exploded into vapor, crashing towards terra firma. We were supposed to land together. Whitewashed windows of chalky water hide behind their hue the great peril of the heart. Aspiration and love. While watching a BBC documentary on Hunter S. Thompson, I looked up and saw Venus once more atop the opacity of rest. And true, after only a moment, it ascended. Man dedicated countless generations to observing these orbs of light, and now we've reduced everything to formulas of chemistry. Yet still are we as ignorant as our predecessors, praying and paying tithes, offering catechisms of acquiescence to the godless dogma of science, whose purpose is not to be diminished. Categorization, medicine, longevity, health, wellness. Science offer avenues of arrival otherwise forlorn or invisible, but it offers no answers, only further questions, and further still, mystery. In the end, there are no true answers, only inevitable blind faith, either to the certainty of divine order or the pure accidental chaos of maelstrom. Which came first, mind or motion? Is the stillness of eternity God's omniscience, whose thought, as friction against itself, engenders materialization? Or did a breeze sway against oblivion by accident? I know. Philosophy is mental masturbation. So says an ignorant hick I once knew in Colorado. Is it true? In a sense it must be. Hedonism, sensationalism, the belief in chaos and accidental manifestation. It is as equally valid intellectually, despite most who adopt said lifestyle have little to no regard for intellectual reasons. They feel keenest soaking up sensory stimulation. In another sense, a more primary sense, it betrays the dignity of man, the legacies of Socrates and Christ, and hearkens fully to the beasts of the earth, whose spines run parallel to the earth, forcing their gaze downward to roam the endless forest. It is only half of the equation. I could say something about Willow, but half is too generous. She understands 1/7 of one half, with love and soul being trite concerns of plebeian commoners. I've always been gullible. I've always wanted to see the best in everyone, if at the cost of seeing nothing valuable in me, as she sees me. The night does not frighten me here, opposed to any of the major metropolises, New York, Los Angeles, where I had laid my head in paranoid pain, sleeping with one eye open on concrete. The news flashes too dead in knife assault in New York City. I have heard it before. And though the context might reveal gross negligence for personal safety, devoid of common sense, all life taken in violence is pure loss and therefore tragic. All life created from malevolence is equally tragic, the absurdity perhaps exceeding even. The elements, however, do have a palpable fright to indifference. A winter's bite has no concern for my compassion. or my hero's journey, it blasts the atmosphere indiscriminate, and thereby I can see my demise. Will was fuming, decrying her frustration, wondering how a man can control her so, which I suppose is what she wanted, but not this way. She says, I never knew I needed it until I fucked everything up. She says I'm not any of the hateful things she's yelled at me in rebellion to something within herself, some crepuscular granule of heart, love. I always knew that, but while my internal life seems ordered, refined even, it is true I am operating on the crudest frequency afforded man within society. When you love someone, and they insult you with ease, it hurts all the more. How easy it is for her to be cruel. The sky is veiled in a thin sheet of gray just after 7 a.m. I am sitting on a bench in front of the library, the internet garden. An uninspired sign reads overhead. As I smoke my last cigarette right next to the no smoking sign, I ruminate. Last night, somewhere around 12 hours ago, I hauled my emaciated frame off of the concrete in front of the gas station, between the station and the pumps, and began shuffling up the way to where I had been sleeping. I decided to find somewhere closer. It seemed an unnecessary exertion to walk all the way out of town. So, spotting a dark alcove to my left, I passed it, went to the nearest store, bought a canned Coke and a bag of chips, some local brand, I forget what they're called, and turned back to find my dark patch of concrete that I laid down uncomfortably on. To my left, the backside of a large industrial-looking building, dilapidated. To my right, a house with signs of life within and without, and in front of me, a covered fifth-wheel camper, maybe 15 feet long, obviously not moved in some time. Trying my best to be comfortable on this torture chamber of the back and skeleton, I felt a raindrop, as I did at the witching hour behind the dumpster the previous evening. I bolted up, and while I did not panic, my concern was tangible. I noticed almost immediately that the camper was not secure, and though in extreme disarray, a cheap plastic mattress beckoned my trespass. Shuffling my meager possessions, consisting of books and notebooks mostly, into the trailer, I followed thereafter as fast as my criminal enterprise allowed, and was secure, of a sort, inside within 2 minutes. No rats, raccoons, skunks, stray dogs, cats, coyotes, bugs, etc. It is a disgusting beat-up mattress in a disgusting beat-up trailer, but blessings on his heart that gives it me. In 1 hour, the rain dumped, a palpable shower, not persistent, but enough to ruin my mood the remainder of the time I'm here, having only the clothes on my back and no resources. And in those secure moments, I thanked Providence for guiding me true. The wind high overhead pushes the gray sheet towards the east. The sun is there, but shrouded. The town is alive. Vehicles putting carbon monoxide to and fro, puttering carbon monoxide to and fro, hauling everyone from where they were to where they are going. Most of them to work, but with Thanksgiving just around the corner, perhaps some set off on road trips towards family to celebrate the holiday. Despite the condition of the camper, as well as the mattress, having said refuge and a roof did allow me to sleep for 8 solid hours, the most sleep I've had in a long time. Waiting for this library to open, 15 minutes now, my emotions are wild. I'm assured he doesn't hate me, that he loves me, and she loves me even more. But everything around me tells me I'm alone. I never thought that being good could be used against me, that anyone the wide world over could see and feel honesty and love, and feel nothing but resentment. I'm referring to Willow, of course. All that I've held to be true is tentative. I've wasted away, been reduced to ash, compost. How many liters of tears can wash away heartache?